Hello! This is my first Terraria video. I like Terraria, I like it a lot. So, I use a gamepad because I find it a lot easier than trying to change directions with the mouse all the time. I recommend it, but it does make going through the menus a bit more slow. But anyway, let's crack on with this. I've got my bed here, enchanter, sharpening station, crystal ball, and an ammo box. I won't be using melee at the moment with this character. It's something that this character just doesn't need because it's pretty good with summons. That's 4 summons with the bonus. I know you can have up to 10 with the Stardust armor and the right buffs, but I've chosen to compromise. So I've gone with the Valhalla Knight legs and chest, which gives some of the best defense, health regeneration and speed bonuses of anything in the game. I've still got the Stardust helmet on for 1 extra minion, but the glory of the Valhalla Knight stuff is it gives you the same boost to minion damage, almost, or pretty much the same as the Stardust armor. You just don't get the boost to maximum minions that you do with the Stardust armor. But to be honest, I wore Stardust armor the full set for a long time, just couldn't survive some of the heavier stuff with it. So we're trying with a bit of a Valhalla Knight mix and only 4 minions. And now I'm going to drop down into my arena that I've built. I'm very proud of this. Sort of arena slash nightclub type thing going on. I haven't wired up the lights. I know you can do a lot of crazy things on this game, but I haven't done that. I have got conveyor belts set up to funnel the baddies into the lava at the middle. Now a thin layer of lava will not destroy money and items, but it will damage you. Now I've just noticed that occasionally these conveyor belts will glitch. I don't know if you've noticed, but that one down there, right in the middle at the bottom, has started turning right when it should be turning left. And for some reason, this has happened to me before in the same place. Right here, that little one there has started turning left and not right. So I don't know why sometimes these conveyor belts glitch and start turning the opposite way, but it can put a crimper on your plans. But anyway, the idea is that I didn't want to create a farm. I wanted to create somewhere where you could actually play and enjoy the combat of the game, which is, to be honest, awesome. So I've got lots of regen things about, all of them as far as I know. Campfires, heart lamps, stars in jars, and lots of banners around the place, as many as I could put on basically. I don't know if these trophies actually give you a buff against the enemies that they're for, but I've put as many as I could down anyway. This is it. My character uses this Nebula Arcanum magic spell, which is arguably, I reckon, the best magic spell in the game, because it hangs around. It doesn't just do damage once, it's these pink balls of death just hang around, and they do all their, once they've done all their damage to an enemy, they explode. So they're pretty good because you can rinse them all off like that and then switch to a backup weapon. And I'm using the tactical shotgun with luminite rounds. I'll fire a couple off for you because you just want to see what it looks like, don't you? But these luminite rounds are pretty difficult. You have to farm the moon boss to get them. Anyway, here's my tactical shotgun. It's not a top tier weapon, the tactical shotgun. The SDMG is the top tier ranged weapon, the Super Dolphin machine gun from space or something like that. And that does a lot more damage, but it's very sort of pinpoint accurate, whereas the shotgun you get a nice spread going on. What else can I show you while we're here? We've got another 5 minutes left. You notice the conveyor belt starts running the other way, just here. And this is my farm for the solar eclipses. Now, once you hit top tier, post Moon Lord, solar eclipses become, well, to be honest, boring. I have died doing a solar eclipse here with my range character. SDMG's plea for death was answered by Mothron, it certainly was. Mothrons are about the only enemy of any note on a solar eclipse, because they'll phase through blocks and they'll just come and get you, because they've got quite a few hit points. But once you're past the Moon Lord and you've got that top tier armor, it's really nothing to write home about. So you can just fire one off, sit here and let your minions and summons do all the work for you. The disco. got to mention the disco which I've just put up. This, what's it called now? Mystic Rainbow Crystal Staff. Really, that's what the Valhalla Knight armor is for. When you've got Valhalla Knight armor in the right setup, you can have about 4 or 5 of these things, and they do ridiculous damage. But I don't like them because they've got a 2-minute lifetime. That's the only reason. After 2 minutes, you have to put them back up. And if you're in a 10-minute lunar event like the Frost Moon or the Pumpkin Moon, stopping in the middle of all hell breaking loose to put 4 of them back up is a chore I don't want, basically. So I'm sticking with the normal minion buff. I have got the Crystal Staff because it's an extra. It doesn't cost you a minion slot. But I like my minions. And I've also gone with the, what's it called now? The Stardust Cells minions rather than the Stardust Dragon. I do that, and I'll tell you why. The Stardust Dragon is amazing. It will go through, phase through blocks, no problem. It just sort of sweeps the area on its own free will. It will engage at range anyone that you can see on your screen, whether they're in the same area of you as you or not, and it will do lots and lots of damage. But it does lots of damage to single targets. It's the reason it's really good for farming the Moon Lord once you've built the right area for that, which I'll show you in a minute if I've got time. But it's not great for sort of close quarters, close defense, and that's what I like to have these cells for, these cell staff, Stardust cells. They just do more damage up close and personal than the dragon, which tends to wander off and get lost and will ignore immediate threats to you. This is my gaff, my place. Nothing much special. I've just sort of built as I needed as I went along, and this is what I've ended up with. The granite area here on the left, this is my Goblin Tinkerer slash cell phone factory. I have to do a lot of fishing to make a cell phone, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway. I wanted to show you where I farm the Moon Lord, because this is not a difficult thing. I went through a few YouTube videos looking up how to kill the Moon Lord, and guess what? It's easy. Me and my buddy, we took him on several times with pre-Moon Lord armor, and we couldn't figure out how to kill him. And it turns out, unless there's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 of you with pre-Moon Lord armor, then you're not going to have a prayer to do him legitimately. So what you do is you build a sky bunker like this, a little bunker with a bed in it, and you move the nurse there, and that's it. That's all you need to do to kill the Moon Lord. Obviously you've got to go through the rigmarole of killing the lunatic cultist and mopping up those 4 pillars, but once you've done that, he spawns immediately. You use your magic mirror to get back to here, which you previously set as your spawn point, and then he'll arrive, and you get your Stardust Dragon out, preferably with the Stardust armor, because that means you'll have the most damage, although like I said, you can mix it with the Valhalla Knight and you won't lose too much overall. And yeah, I did him without even using a health potion the other day, earlier today. I didn't even use the nurse. I didn't even need her here, because the regeneration on the Valhalla Knight chest piece was so good. So if you haven't got that, all you do, if you start to die while he's about behind you, going raw and shooting lasers with his magic floating eyeballs, you just heal. She won't heal me because I'm already full. I'm right. She doesn't give happy endings. That's a shame. That's she's obviously not Booper. Yeah, killing the Moon Lord's easy if you've got the nurse in a block like that and the Stardust Dragon. Or indeed, well, the Stardust Dragon's a pre-Moon Lord summon. It's at the same level as the Moon Lord stuff you get post-Moon Lord, the Moon Lord armors, but you can have the weapons before you've killed him by farming pillars for the fragments, the solar fragments. So if you get killed by the Moon Lord, don't worry, you've got a few solar fragments, you can build a Stardust Dragon, and you can go and kill him probably with the Tiki armor, which is the best summoning minion armor pre-Moon Lord. Oh, 30 seconds left. What else is there to talk about? I could... Fishing? I was lucky because I had a fishing hole right outside my front door, and it's great. I love a bit of fishing. Oh, I missed it. All that, it's too much pressure. I remember I got 15 minutes, not 10. It's the free trial of this video capture software, which I'll probably end up buying if I can get it to work with older games. I caught a fish. What did I catch? Oh, it's a bass. Yeah, you'll catch lots of bass. It's not what you're after. What you're after is special fish that you give to the angler mission guy. There he is. He's Nathan on mine. And as you need to do like 100 of them. You need to catch like 100 special fish, and then you get what you need, all the little things you need to build the cell phone, along with all the other items you need to build the cell phone. But you need the fish finder as well. And then you'll have bragging rights to say you've got a cell phone on this incredibly expansive and wonderful little game. I struggle to call it little when there's so much going on, but it's the way it goes. It is. It feels like this is what Mario should have been. You know what I mean? When back in the day playing those old school 2D platformers, didn't you ever feel frustrated by the limitations of the walls? Well, now you can just dig through them. I feel only a deep well of sorrow for myself at an early age that I didn't have access to this. No, I had to make do with Jet Fighter 2 and Rebound and Prince of Persia, and not that there's anything wrong with Prince of Persia, but it's just not this, is it? Oh, I put my fishing rod away. What went in that slot? Oh yeah, that. I spend ages organising my inventory, just trying to keep the maximum amount of free slots, while keeping everything that I need on it efficiently placed. As you can see, I've got quite a few banners hung up. I have been playing this just for, well, sometimes I just sit there and don't even fish. I'll just roll up a smoke and just sit there and watch this game run in the background and listen to the wonderful music going on. There's really a lot to love here. I've got 2.5 minutes left, which is just long enough to show you my elevator, which is, as you guessed it, an elevator to hell, going down. Actually, I think I've gone past it. Yeah, there it is, miles back there. Oh well, I'll just pop back. It comes to something when you get lost on your own map. However, it has been a nice excursion out to the desert. We killed a few dark mummies. As you can, I don't know if you noticed, but my face changed as night fell about a minute ago. I'm now a werewolf. I can be a werewolf at night and a merman when I'm in the water. That's from an accessory that you have to craft called the Celestial Shell, which gives you all kinds of nice buffs. It's a buff for a generalised character, and that's what this is. They being my sort of minion dependent guy. He's as good with, he's slightly better with melee at night because of the buffs given by the werewolf effect, but I don't use melee. I've got just general buffs all round, and I focus on magic and ranged. I have got a melee character, and he's the one who uses the yo-yo. A melee character with a yo-yo and a yo-yo bag is an incredibly powerful combination of elements. Yo-yos are devastating weapons, apparently. I've never really considered it, but I suppose if you sellotape the razor blade onto the edge of a real yo-yo, you might gash someone quite nastily with it. I don't know what stretch of the imagination made them into the ultimate melee weapon, but whoever did it was a genius. Nearly in hell now. 25 seconds left. Just long enough to show you. Oh, the cobwebs. There we go. Welcome to hell. I'd like to summon the the Wall of Flesh and fight him for you. Fight a boss, so it hasn't been a completely boring video, but in the next video, me and my buddy will do a pumpkin moon, and that should be full of action.